That is true. I'm telling you.
Okay, what are your facts?
I want to prove it. I'm saying this with authority, and I'm going to prove it.
Mr. Melaye, if you want to make a point, let's make the point. Let's not actually turn it into something personal.
No, it's not personal. I have no personal grounds, but I'm a Nigerian.
No, because you don't work with him. You're not in his office. You cannot say he doesn't know what is happening.
I'm telling you authentically.
Have you spoken?
I'm telling you authentically that he does not know what is happening because my president addressed the country and told me that EFCC is doing well, that he believes so much in the chairman of EFCC. It shows that there's a disconnect.
No, you don't assume
there's
now.
There's a disconnect between the president and the people, or he's been lied to by some people.
Let's get to the focus of this interview now, because we wouldn't want to assume on this platform now.
I'm not assuming. I'm not assuming. I have a president who doesn't give a damn. As a citizen of this country, I have the right to challenge, and I'm protected by Section 4 of the Constitution. I'm protected by United Nations Charter on Human Rights. I'm protected by African Charter on Human Rights to exercise my freedom, except you are saying there's restriction to the exercise of powers.
No one has said that there are any restrictions.
That could be insightful.
Before we leave. Insightful how? When I'm saying the obvious.
Mr. Melaye, before we leave, could you explain what, put some meaning into all of this? Someone is saying here on our Twitter page that we should tell you that you're also a part of the problem, that when you were in the PDP, you rigged for the PDP, and now you are a member of the ACN, you think otherwise.
It is not true. And that statement is fallacious. That statement, to me, is satanic. To accuse me of rigging for the PDP.
Did you fight the way you're fighting now when you were in the PDP
against
the government of the day?
I did not just fight when I was in the PDP. When I had my situation against Dimeji Bankole, the National Executive Council of PDP invited me and invited Dimeji and asked me to drop the matter. I refused to drop the matter. I was in court in the end. I moved a motion on the floor of the House against the sitting president, Umaru Yar'Adua, who at that time was the national leader of the party, when he went to borrow 300 billion from World Bank. I moved the motion and the money had to be returned. I moved the motion as a member of the PDP when the contract, the Julius Berger contract for the construction of the Abuja airport runway. It was a PDP contract. It was a PDP minister. In fact, Dimeji Bankole appointed the minister at that time. I moved the motion. I was invited then to drop the motion. I refused to drop it. And today, I saved billions of billions of naira for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I moved the motion against the trialization project, road project that is going on in Abuja, the airport road contract, where over 100 billion was saved for the federal government. So I moved a number of motions that is anti-PDP, even when I was in PDP. And my brother, once I was blind, now I can see. You can tour a road. That's why Christians convert to Islam and people convert from Islam to Christianity. That I was a member of the PDP does not in any way or manner impute that I am also, understand, as dangerous, as terrible as the people that are there now. And that was eventually why I had to leave.
Honorable Dino Melaye.
And if I see those manifestations now again, I will still do the same thing.
Honorable, let's set the agenda for the way forward.
Yes.
Now. Going by some ECOWAS finding now, there are some link between terrorism, financiers, and corruption now. Yeah. And that might be traced to maybe the administration before the present administration. Now, so how can we begin to checkmate all this?
I just returned from Senegal, Dakar, late night yesterday, where ECOWAS invited me to deliver a paper, understand? To deliver a paper on legislative corruption, terrorism financing, and money laundering. And I delivered, by the grace of God, a very wonderful paper. And you cannot separate the relationship, the marriage between governance and terrorism. You cannot separate money laundering from terrorist financing. And who are the people that launder this money? It is, and they are people who eventually stole dirty money and using it for clean deals. There are government people who stole money, and that is why I also have the Western world to blame. Today, Switzerland, America, UK, France, they are the greatest promoters of corruption in Africa and specifically Nigeria. We have billions of our dollars that is trapped in those banks, looted from this country and laundered in those countries. For example, the banks in Switzerland, most of their banking policy definitely promotes looting. They have secret accounts, they have so all this automatically promotes corruption in Nigeria, and eventually this money in turn they are used for financing terrorist activities and all that. We have a clue to that, and that was why I started. I said there is a romance, there is a relationship between corruption and what is happening with Boko Haram.
In closing, let's talk very quickly. Just tell us a comment, if you can do this in just a minute, concerning the Farouk Lawan Otedola saga. For some time now, there's been some kind of lull in that particular matter. What do you hope to get at the end of the day?
The truth of the matter is that Farouk Lawan, PDP, Otedola, PDP financier, at the end of the day, they are trying to treat it like a family affair. But unfortunately, we are prepared to do everything within the confines of the law to make sure that this matter will not die, this matter will not be buried. We are going to confront corruption like never before. If by September the president refused to show capacity that the federal government have capacity to tame the issue of Boko Haram, we are coming out to make this country ungovernable within the confines of the law. We are going to come out and protest like never before to make sure that Boko Haram, corruption, must come to an end in this. We have no any other country to call our own. So the president must actually become born again. He must stand up on his feet and ameliorate and palliate this problem. It's not an issue to be handled with with hand.